Oh, that's right.
That's right.
We're talking with Jeffrey Dean Morgan, so great on The Good Wife Sundays on CBS, and as we're mentioning, has been cast as Negan on The Walking Dead, who, as readers of the comic book know, is the most crazy, psychotic villain we've ever seen. How familiar were you with this guy when you got cast in the role?
I like your psychotic laugh, by the way. You're clearly well cast.
I'm really fucking excited. I was familiar. I watched the show, one, but two, I've always had a foot in the comic book world. I mean, I grew up with my uncle's comic books at my grandma's house, so I've always loved my comic book reading. And then that kind of took on a whole new level when I did The Watchmen.
Right.
And so I go to Comic-Con every year, generally with some project of some sort. And so a couple years ago, people started saying, "Hey, man, you should be Negan in The Walking Dead." And so I started reading the comic books just because I'm a fan. And I love what Kirkman's doing. And so I was very aware of Negan and had read quite a bit of the comic books. And so my agent and manager were on the phone. And they said, The Walking Dead has offered you this thing, but they didn't have any information. They didn't know the character's name. It was all a big secret. And they sort of got halfway through the sentence, we don't know the character's name. He's the new big bad. And I knew immediately who they were talking about.
He has a bat.
He didn't even say that. Oh, but Lucille. Oh, God, what a beauty. They just got halfway through, and I knew immediately who it was, and there was no question. And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely, we're gonna fucking do it." And that was it. And literally a week later, I was in Atlanta talking with the cast and hanging out and spending some time.
It's amazing you brought up Watchmen, because I thought I've kind of seen shades of Negan in the comedian. There are some similarities there, right?
Yeah. There is. Yeah, no, I'm sitting here smiling right now, which is hard for you to see as a radio listener. There's definitely some similarities. Negan is special in a lot of ways, and the more kind of digging I do into Negan, the more excited I get. I can't tell you the last time I've been kind of this giddy about doing a role. I think what's there in the comic books and the graphic novels, this foundation of this man and the kind of complexities of who he is. Every time I look at the graphic novel, which in the last few weeks, I next to my bedside, I've got just stacks of Walking Dead stuff. And so when I'm not memorizing my Good Wife lines and trying to figure that out, I'll just grab one of these things and look at it, and I will read and reread and see something different every time. And kind of the excitement level of bringing this guy to life it's at such a peak right now that I don't know how I'm going to survive to April.
How different in your conversations when you went down to Atlanta to talk to Scott and the rest of them? How close to the comic are they going to keep the character?
The character itself is going to be as close as humanly possible. I mean, obviously,
the language is an issue.
Language is look, it's a speed bump. I'm not going to say it's an issue because they're working on it. We're going to push AMC. I think the plan is to push them as far as they can, because it's sort of. It's who Negan is. He says he uses some colorful language, and I use some colorful language, and in reading the comics, and it's important. So we'll see where that lands, but it's our intention that this character is going to leap off the pages of the comic book. It's very important that that's who it is. That I think some of the characters. There's much more leeway, but Negan is a guy that you want to keep as true as possible, and that would be how I'd want to play him as well.
They did do one scene where they filmed two ways. Andrew Lincoln had a line as Rick Grimes where he finished season where they filmed it one way for AMC and another for the Blu-ray, adding in the F-bomb. So there could be a situation there. I'm sure a lot of people want to know if you've had a chance to meet actor Steven Yeun yet.
I met everybody. I got a chance to say hello to everybody down there. That being said, I don't know what's going to happen, man.
Have you seen your Lucille yet?
I have.
And
She is gorgeous.
He says it just like Negan, dude.
God damn
Just
it.
like Negan.
She is a beautiful
Dalton and I are
girl.
cowering in the corner right now, by the way.
You practice your swing? You practice your swing a little bit?
I don't need to practice my swing.
So how
I
many
grew up with a bat in my hands.
how many episodes will we see you in?
She's not going to tell you that.
Come on, give him a chance to turn me down.
Yeah, I'm going to turn you down. I'm just going to turn you down. We'll see. I mean, I don't know what next year is going to bring. I know that I need to be in Atlanta in April, and I will be there, and I will be ready for whatever is to come.
How does your mom feel about this role?
I got to tell you, she was not as happy as I was. She's not, she doesn't watch The Walking Dead, so she was more upset that there's a possibility that I might not be on The Good Wife. So, when this all came down, it was very important that I sort of kept some options open as far as what could happen next year. And, we've already gone over the fact I don't know where The Good Wife lands and if they're back or anything else. But, if they are back, I'd like Jason to hang out a little bit longer. So, yeah, needless to say, Mom was, and I think, when the word came out that I was doing the role, I was on a plane. The whole idea was to keep it a secret. Nobody was supposed to know that I was going to do The Walking Dead. And that was, Scott and I had talked and like, no. And he had said, man, the show, everything kind of gets leaked out. And I'm like, no, it's gonna be a secret. And I got on a plane actually to go down and say hi to everybody in Atlanta. I had a couple of days off here, and by the time I landed, I had like 300 texts on my phone, and the first one I read was from my wife, and she just said the internet has exploded.
That's what happened.
And the word had gotten out, and I don't know how it happened so quickly, and because I mean, literally at all, the fact that I got the offer and went down to say hi, all happened in a period of a couple days, and so. Who knows how it happened, but yeah, there you go. So yeah, Mom read it online. I forgot what we were talking about there. Yeah, so she read it online and was like, "What the hell are you talking about? What is this?"
She's in for a rude awakening.
Yep.
Jeffery Dean Morgan's so incredible on both The Good Wife and sure to be on The Walking Dead as well. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hey,
Man.
thanks for having me.
What you're doing.
Thank you.